channel. This is Favor, and today, if it's the first time you will ever see my face, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, I say thank you very much for always coming. Please don't forget to hit the notification button so that each time I upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. Okay guys, today I'm just going to tell us some of the things that we need to know why we are still single, because a lot of single people out there today, they don't even know what to do with their lives. They don't even know how to go about with their life. They just feel like maybe they see their friends who are married, they feel like, no, these people, they have made it. How had it been I was in their position, maybe I would have, they just start feeling like you who is married, you're better, without them knowing that there are still a lot more of things that they had to do or they are supposed to do now with their single age. So guys, if you are single, whether you're a lady, whether you are a man or a girl or a boy, you have to watch this video and understand so well, so clearly, so that now that you're single, you make your single life useful to yourself. So right now, we'll get deep into that. Okay, viewers, the first thing I want to say is that when you're single, you shouldn't just be preparing for marriage. Yeah, it shouldn't just be only about marriage. Like someone can say that I am of age. Don't think that because you are of age and now you have to prepare about marriage. No, you should use that your single age to build yourself both physically and spiritually, because for marriage to work, it takes a combination of so many things. It's a combination of so many things to make marriage work. So these things, you have to put them together. You have to learn about them. Don't take your single age, especially for those who are of age. Don't take that age to think that it's time for you to listen only to marriage messages, marriage songs, love messages, and all of that. It's not just going to be about that. Not just about that, please. We have a lot more that is going to combine. When we combine all of that, and then it's going to make a successful marriage. Okay, there's this thing that there's this story I want to tell you. I watched it in a movie today, and there was this girl who got married to a man, and the man was like, girl, since I got married to you, you refused me to eat my food. Why? And the lady was like, if you want me to be moved with you, you go and work money. Like, go and work money and give me the appetite for you. So I was like, what kind of a story is this? So that was when I've already prepared this content, yes, and I just laughed over it. I was there with people watching the movie, but I just laughed over it because I never wanted to say a lot. I just laughed and I was like, yeah, the lady she's saying the truth, because a lot of people feel that since they are of age, all they need is to get married. They didn't prepare for any other thing. But yeah, we have a lot. Yeah, as single people, we have a lot to prepare before marriage. Okay guys, the first thing I want to say is that when you are single, that is the highest time you can serve the Lord. That's the time you have all by yourself. There is no one to distract you. You don't have any husband, you don't have any child. You are single, you are all alone. You have all the time for yourself to serve God, to seek his face. You have everything to do. And every decision you make is just by you. No one is there to control you if you are already an adult. And now, if you cannot use that time, that your single age, to seek the face of God, to pray harder, to get more revelations from God, it will be very difficult for you when you get married to have all of that. Because when you get married, you start having kids, you have a family to cater for, you get up in the morning and you have to cook. You think like, what am I going to cook today? Will I be going to this market? What am I going to do? You have a lot to think about. So that is the time you have to seek the face of God more. Yeah, I believe that somebody who is single has the chances of serving God more than you who is married. So it's not really good when you feel like your friends who are married, they have reached there. You don't even know, some of them were not even close to God before they got married. They just bash into the marriage, and that is how they continue with the spirit of not being close to Christ. But you now listening to this message, at least you should already have the idea that now that I'm single, what I need to do to help myself is let me seek the face of God more. Let me listen to God, to messages that edify my spirit. Let me listen to godly songs. Let me listen to, you know, listen to a lot of things that are going to edify. Okay, guys, the next thing is, while you are single, another thing you need to learn is finance. You have to learn about finance. Okay, you are single, you are learning about marriage, which is something that you need to be learning about as far as you are single. As you are learning about marriage, the first thing that should be coming in your mind is, if tomorrow I get married, do I have the finance? Will I be financially stable? If you are a man and you don't learn about finance, how are you going to be handling your home? How are you going to manage a little finance you have? How are you going to take care of your family? If you are a woman, are you going to leave everything to your husband? As far as finance is concerned, are you just going to stay at home and watch him do everything, bring everything? You don't have anything. So during your single days or your single time period, that's the time you need to learn how to look for money. Yes, you should learn strategies, ideas that can fetch you money, so that if you get married, you can as well assist your husband. Yeah, so I think finance is something that is very important. Like I was saying about a lady who got married, and she told her husband that, I don't feel anything for you though we've gotten married, because there is no money. There's no money. I'm at home, nothing to eat. I can't even clothe myself. And how do you expect me to feel anything for you? It's not moving. And that's basically true. And if you're a lady, the man will be like, why you don't have anything doing? It becomes boring. Like, you can't assist, you can't bring anything at home. You just stay at home and there is nothing you can offer. If you don't learn about finance when you get to marry, when it comes to the time you get married, you realize that you're going to have a lot of challenges and a lot of problems at home. Because nowadays nobody wants a liability. Yeah, no one wants a liability. And no matter the money, no matter how rich your husband can be, if you don't have that money yourself, you cannot work for yourself, you cannot work money yourself. Like, you don't have anything that can fetch you money, I'm telling you, you'll be bored to ask the money at all time. So during this youthful age or this single age, this is the time you have to use to learn about finance. No. The next thing I want to say is that you have to learn about management. Yeah. Now, if you have the money, like, you work, there are some people who are opportune to work, who have their jobs before they get married. There are ladies that they didn't fight, they didn't do anything, but by the grace of God or by connection or whatever, they had their jobs before they got married. Now you are married, maybe your husband is rich, and if you are that kind of a woman that you cannot manage a home, like you cannot manage the little finance you got, that is because during your single age you didn't study, like, okay, now I'm of age, I want to get married. What happens if I get married to somebody who is not that rich or who doesn't have much money? How do I manage it? What happens if I get married to somebody who have much money? How do I handle it? If you are someone who cannot manage, it's going to disturb and worry even you, because it's not going to be easy. Like I say, yes, it's not going to be easy. Like, if you really learn about management and you get married to someone who is rich, you can enrich yourself from that, like enrich the family, because when they'll be giving you the money, he just gives the money because you will know how to manage the money. You can as well save some. Yes, yeah. And if you get married to somebody who is not that rich that you need to manage, you know how to manage everything, to put everything, and everything still works well. You know how to manage your kitchen, you know how to manage the market, the kids, everybody, your husband. You know how to, so that you people will not suffer, or the little you have will not go in vain, so that you people will be able to live a better life. Yeah. So management is so important during your youthful age. That is, you need to learn about management. You have to know how to manage. Yeah. And if you're a man, there are some men that they don't even know how to manage their finance that they got, and they don't know how to manage when they get married. The life they were living, like when they were single, they had the money, they're just spending the money anyhow. They didn't learn that. But now that I'm single, if I get married, how am I going to do my finance? Okay, I'm going to, my finance is going to be on this part. Like, this one is going to be for the kids, I'll be giving my wife this one, this is the one I'll be saving, and all of that. You have to learn about management. Okay, guys, the next thing I want to say is that when you are single, you have to learn about communication, because if you don't learn to communicate directly with people, you might lose a lot. There are some people who lose their spouse or their partners because of their poor communicating manner. You don't know how to communicate to people. Like, somebody might be looking for a wife and you are a woman, a girl, and because you cannot communicate well, maybe the person comes, and because of your manner of approach, you cannot communicate directly. Maybe you become boring to the person or leaves. You are a man, and a woman is there who would have been your righteous, but because of your way of communication, it actually spoils that mood. Yeah. So you need to learn more about communication when you are still single. Yeah, so that when you eventually get married, you are going to balance it up and everything is going to be fine. Okay, guys, the next thing is character. When you are single, you have to learn about character. You have to learn about character. Forget about the character you have. You have to learn about character. Listen to messages about character. Listen to songs about character. It's not all about listening to songs, messages, or sermons about marriage, but listen about character. Because if you don't have a good character, you might end up not getting married. I know of people, especially ladies, who a lot of people are like,
Why are you sending me to that girl? No, it's not me. I'm not there. With that kind of character she has,
yeah, but the girls may just feel like they are okay, they are so done with that. What's bad in that? And they feel like, what's bad in my character? I'm okay. You want to even tell them about the character, they blow you off. So if you don't learn how to behave, you don't have a good behavior, a good character, it's not going to work for you. Now you're preparing, everything you're preparing is marriage. When you get married and you have that nasty character, who are you going to meet the character? Who are you going to meet with that kind of a character? Because a character, no matter how you try to hide it, it must come out. And it's going to come out so plain. So don't try to fake it. Try to be of good character. You can know, you can have a bad character, but if you listen to sermons of character, you listen to messages of character, of putting up a good conduct, a good character, is eventually going to change you. It's going to change you from that bad character you used to portray. And if you see things that happen, or some of the illustrations that people make about people who had bad characters, it's going to help you and it's going to lead you to a good path. So while you are single, you have to learn a lot about character. And while learning about character, you will learn of different characters. Yeah. And while you're learning of different characters, you know the ones that are good and the ones that are bad. Then you should also know how to relate with people. Yeah, learn how to relate with people. Like, if you cannot relate with people, yeah, it's not going to be fine with you. Yeah, you want to marry and you can't relate to people. As you're getting married, you will be relating with a whole lot of people. Like, you have so many people to be relating with. You'll be relating with your in-laws, your husband's friends, your own friends, your children, and all of that. So you have to learn a lot. Your character needs to be portrayed well. And if you don't have a good character, no man will even come for you. Men might come, they don't know you. Somebody will say,
the girl is so pretty, but the character is not there. She has a very poor character. Hey, the way this girl is so fine, I just want to marry her. How can I? I can just manage the character.
And when you come home, he can't manage the character because he thought he could manage, but because the character is so bad. Yes, and maybe when you were still single, you had that bad character. He used to see you having that bad character, or she used to see you having that bad character. But after listening to a whole lot of sermons, you've listened to messages, listened to songs, and all of that. By the time the person is trying to know, I might help myself, I might try to help him or her. Maybe when we get married, I might try to help, like try to advise him or her, or while in the relationship we will do that. Or when we get married, I can be able to just deal with the character. While you are learning, and the person too is trying to, and the person too is learning in his or her own part or side. Both of you are learning how to deal with each other, and as you're learning to deal with various characters, that's how you're learning to leave the bad characters as well. So, guys, keeping a good character, having a good communication skill, like relating skill, is very important while you are still single, because all these things, these are the things that are going to make way for you. Now, when talking about marriage, a whole lot of things, like I said when I started, that many things complement marriage. When you learn about finance, you learn about management, you learn about character, you learn about communication, you learn how to relate to people, it is going to complement your marriage. Yeah, that is what is going to make the marriage sweet. That's what is going to make the marriage adorable. That's what is going to make the marriage nice and admired by a whole lot of persons. But if you don't learn these things, all you learn is
How will I be here? Yes, I'll be taking my wife out, and this will be doing that.
to learn about a whole lot of things. It's not going to help you. You forget to edify yourself. You forget to keep yourself spiritually together. Like, if people married and you were not, you were not like, you didn't prepare yourself spiritually, you were not connected to God. As you marry, both of you marry like that, you just remain inside, nobody's helping the friend. So if you do this, it's going to be helpful to you. Yeah, it's going to be helpful to you. So as you're preparing for marriage, prepare alongside with this thing, so that when you get married, it's going to complement, it's going to give you a very beautiful, adorable, colorful marriage. Okay, so when you are single, use that time. So when you are single, use that time to study, to do a whole lot of things for yourself. Use the time to help yourself, especially study and read well. Study books, read books, understand them well. If you don't understand, ask for explanations for people you know they might understand. Yeah. And while you're reading, read different kind of books. Read books, like you said, about finance, about management, about character, about communication, about relating, and all of that. If you study and you read books so well, it's going to help you. I must testify, there's nobody that actually was leading me or telling me that this is how you have to live, apart from the fact that when I go to church, they'll preach and they will say, don't do this, don't fornicate, don't tell lies, don't steal. But like, some of the things, like you have to be industrious, you have to work hard. Yeah, I didn't hear such sermons. I didn't have anybody that was telling me all of that. So I learned from reading and from listening to messages that I knew that they could help me. When I saw a message about finance, I watched. When I saw a message about management, I watched. Any message I saw, I was just watching, and that is how it actually helped me. If I was thinking like I didn't have anybody, I would have just gone inside like that, and that's how I would have just been inside, just like that and like that. But I want to thank God, because I think some of the books I've read, some of the people I've followed, I think it's helping me now. It's helping me today in my home. I think I'm not doing bad, Yeah. So try as much as helping yourself, especially read more, read more. Yeah. You don't have to spend your time watching only TV, staying at home. At least when you're watching, watch even important programs that will help you and that are going to educate you. Okay, guys, I think I've come to the end of this video. So If you find this video interesting, if you find it helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, I would like to hear your comments in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.